All right, if you're performing the clean and push press test for the DV8 cert, or you're just trying to clean 2 kettlebells going into a front squat or an overhead push press or a jerk, a lot of times you'll see students take this side step. So once they clean the bells, they'll step in, they'll perform their movements, and then they'll step out in order to re-clean the kettlebells. So the problem with that is that when you take a side step, you're wasting energy. And also your focus goes right to that leg instead of what you're actually doing, which is an overhead movement or a squat. So what you can do to avoid this is a couple things. First is really focus on your stance. And what I mean by that is start with the feet first. So you're gonna dig your big toes into the ground as hard as you can, and all you need to do is pull the knees out just a little bit, and that's gonna create enough space for you to clean the 2 bells into the rack position without having to shift your feet left to right. So it's not only just practicing the movement itself, you have to really think about and practice your setup position and foot position that you feel comfortable when performing that clean and push press. So the number one thing you need to do is figure out where your stance is that feels the strongest, right? After that, you're gonna focus on digging that big toe in, pulling the knees out a little bit, which you need to do anyway, because it's gonna turn the glutes on. And then once you're in that position, then we can focus on where you wanna position the kettlebells. So for example, if I find that this is my position right here, I'm gonna pull my knees out a little bit. Now I'm taking a barbell grip, which means the kettlebells are actually facing like this, just like you would grab a barbell. So this is plenty of space that I don't need any more space than this. From this position, I get into my start, clean them up, do my press or push press, and then I can re-clean from that point. I don't have to shift my legs and step in and out. The other way you could do it to just reduce some space is make a grip where my thumbs are going this way. So all I'm gonna do is position the kettlebells where they're in a parallel position, same stance. I don't have to change it because I already set it in place. Go from here, it reduces space a little bit, go into my overhead movement, and then place them back to where I picked them up. The third one is you could do an inverted grip, like a V grip. All of these really is based on how you feel, what your shoulder mobility is like, but really you just have to practice the movements and see what feels best to you. So this movement, my thumbs are pointed behind me, same clean, same press. So what you need to do is simply find your stance that you feel most comfortable. Typically, it's gonna be within shoulder width. That's where you get most of your power. Second, once you find your foot placement, dig the big toe in, pull the knees out, create space. And then third, figure out which handle position is best for you. And then that'll reduce the need to step in and out with your leg, which is just wasting power for your overhead movements.